I don't know what happened, but something broke. It had to have. Just 10 days ago, it was 70 degrees. Now we're at 29 degrees and dropping. We're heading for 18 degrees tonight. And it all happened just like that. Mother Nature, very unpredictable. This happens every year. I'm kind of getting accustomed to it as a beekeeper, to not procrastinate when it comes this time of year. You never know how many days you're going to get to prepare all the things you need to do to your hives for winter. And I know there's probably a few of you out there right now that are in full-blown panic mode. Oh no, I didn't get my shims added, I didn't get my reserve food stores on, and that could be anything from dry sugar, fondant, candy boards. And now I'm worried. Well, let me tell you, it is perfectly safe to go out and pop your top cover, throw on your feeding shim, and add those reserved foods. You just don't want to procrastinate. Before you pop open the top cover, have everything laid out, pop it open, throw your shim on, throw on your reserves, and close it back up. Okay? That's not going to bother the bees any. There's a big misconception that the whole inside of the hive is heated by the cluster of bees. And let me tell you, I've used Broodminder for the last 6 years, and that's a hive temperature sensor that goes inside the hive. And a lot of people believe that when the bees cluster, that heat warms up the whole inside of the colony. To a certain degree, that is true, but is it really noticeable when it's 18 degrees out? Not so much. I recently had a friend purchase a Broodminder, and he's going to try it out this winter, and he sent me, well, I commented on a video actually this week with a question, and he wanted to know what my ideal temperature was to see the bees going through winter, or something to that effect. And I had to make him understand that there is no real ideal temperature. The Broodminder is going to show you that your bees are still alive because there is a higher temperature reading inside of the hive versus outside in the elements. And that's not necessarily going to be a great increase in temperature. It may be just a degree or two. And that's all on relationship on where the cluster is according to the sensor. Now, if the cluster is right around the sensor, then you're going to see high temperature readings. But if the sensor is, say, over on the right side of the box and the bees move to the left side of the box, then there's some distance between the two of them. You're not going to see a great spike in temperature from the outside to the inside. I thought it was an interesting question, and I thought it could be insightful for you all, even if you don't have Broodminders, to understand that when the bees warm a cluster up to 90-95 degrees in the center of the cluster, it's not the whole inside of the hive that's staying that temperature. A lot of people think if you break the lid, then you're letting all that heat out. Well, that's not necessarily true. The bees on the outside of that cluster are cold. That's why they take turns rotating from the outside to the inside. So that way everybody gets a turn to warm up. So those cold bees will eventually be warm bees when they're in the center. And then the center bees will come out and they'll chill down and go, depending on how long it stays cold, they may all go into torpor, which is a state of hibernation that bees enter in. Did a video on that, so check that out. I'll link the torpor video up here in the corner. Somewhere up here. I always get confused. You know what I need to do? I need to put a little dot here on my camera to remind me which side that thing's on. Yeah, note to yourself, Jason, when you're editing this video, pick up your GoPro and put a dot. That'd be helpful to not only you, but your viewers. They're getting confused when you're doing this. They don't know where. How helpful is that, Jason? Come on. Anyway, folks, if you got food reserves to get on, go out and do it. Just don't procrastinate when you're in your hives. Don't be breaking boxes apart, and don't be pulling frames. It is perfectly safe, though, to take the top cover off, check your reserved food stores, and close it back up. A lot of people get concerned about that, whether they should do it or not. But here's something you need to think about. Let's say it stayed 29 degrees for a month. Are you not going to be concerned that they've ate all of them food stores? I would be, and I would want to go out and check mid-month and see, do I need to add more food? I wouldn't go out and stick a bale of hay in the feeder and not go back and check it. You know, I need to make sure that they've always got food. So it's the same with the bees. Just got to act quicker when you're working with the bees and opening the hives. So I hope that's helpful for you folks. I'm going to get inside and sit by the fire, warm up my fingertips, and then get behind my computer and edit this video. You all stay safe and warm, and we'll catch you all next week. Thanks for watching JC's Bees.